I'm Ted from Everything Attachments, and we're today, it's a February day, but it's not too bad out here today. This is an area about a year ago that we did rip up with one of our Beast box blades. So this area right here has been moved, but it was a year ago, and then we're gonna go to another spot that hasn't been touched. It'll have a little heavier grass on it, a little harder ground. But what we're trying to determine is on these Bs and or the BXs, the Bs, they have a couple different grapples we're designing with this same shape. This one is specifically designed for the B because it has the 3-post hitch on it. So we're doing two more grapples in a 54, one that has the standard quick attach, one that has the John Deere hitch. The John Deere hitch is actually 50 inches wide. This is a 48, so that's why we've got to go to at least a 50. So the 54 inch, we've got all that worked out. We're just trying to put the final details on it. And we were doing some bending with this AR 400 and realized you can't bend it. You can try, but it just actually, as it gets to a little bit of an angle, it starts cracking on the back, and if you go any further, it just pops. It's just so hard. It's not like the A50 that we normally use. So that being said, we're trying to find out two things. One is, I've seen a lot of these grapples on the internet where the bottom tines are bent, and once they're bent, if it's a true 400, to bend it, it can't bend far. It sure as heck isn't going to bend back easily, and if you bend it too far, it's simply going to pop and shatter, and there's not going to be a good or easy fix for me or you or anybody if that happens. So we're trying to determine on a small tractor like this, and then we'll check the other tractors with our 54 to see if we want to go a little bit deeper. But what we're trying to do is how far down in the ground will these rake tines work? Will this little tractor push efficiently? And then we're going to put a flat bar in between all those tines at an angle to give you a plane, so it's trying to keep you above that amount, because my guess is if this goes all the way down in the ground, you're going to get thrown over the steering wheel. So we're going to just try to come up with the right amount for that, show you a couple of the things we've done while we're out here real quick. You can grease this top pin on our grapple where you can't the Land Pride. We've drilled these center holes. We put the grease fittings in them here. We've also put grease fittings in the hinge part here. We've widened this hinge out, way out, and run this strip of metal all the way to the edge of the cylinder just to make it a lot stronger. This is our first one we plumbed. Well, no, it isn't. We plumbed like 4 of these before we decided we were going to go back to pipe thread because we had so much problem out of the JIC. But what we're going to do is we're going to go to number 4, which is 1/4 inch line, which is small down here. And then we're going to step back up to 6, which is a lot bigger than what's on the tractor, which is 4 right here. But as we go, we want to kind of keep it all the same. And as we go to the 40 and 50 horsepower on our 54 inch grapple, then the 6 will carry enough flow to give it all the tractor can do. And then we'll tee in right here where it goes to 2 4s, and it won't slow any of the flow down or anything. But another major thing on this on the BX, because if you look, and this is very unusual, because this top rail on everything I'm always used to, whether it be a pin-on bucket welding on the top rail and the bottom rail, or the quick attach from the top and the bottom rail. If you look at a BX, which has a weird geometry, is the pins are only about 4 inches apart, maybe 5. Everything hooks to the bottom tube, the bottom of the loader and the cylinder. So that tube is taking a wicked abuse. So that's why we made sure we put this 1/4 inch, and that bend right there, this is AR 400, and that bend right there is about as far as you can bend it without it cracking on the other side and busting. So we put that 400 in there to keep that cylinder mount and to keep so much stress from being on this tube here, because it's a thin tube in relation to our bigger grapples, just simply trying to keep it light so it's the right grapple for the tractor you're using. So we're going to let Peanut jump on here. We're going to try to find out what angle. We've never used this grapple at all. We're going to try to find out the right angle. What will it push through? Where should we put our guides, if at all? And then we're going to go in the grass, a little tougher condition, and try to come up with a happy medium of something that'll work better for you and protect those bottom tines. And so I won't see all those pictures to the internet of my grapple with all bent tines and problems, because that's not good. So we don't really have any idea of what's going to happen here, or how this is going to work, but we're going to try it. Of course, we know it'll pick up brush and all that, but we're just trying to see how deep we can go in the ground. Okay, so keep in mind this was broken ground, so it's going to be a lot different when we go to something harder. So it looks like it's pretty easily going through 3, maybe 4 inches in some places. What happens if you go a little deeper? Besides picking the front tires off the ground, it's still pushing through pretty good. So I looked at a picture of Lampride's 61-inch grapple, and they put a bar like only 1 inch from the end of the tines, which would not allow you to rake through the ground like this and get things out of the ground like roots and things. So we definitely don't want to go down further than we have to. Okay, so it's struggling for traction. That's a little deeper than I would want to set it just for general use. So pick it up and let's see where we are. We're all the way in there, man. All right. Let me get this out. We were up, you know, this is at an angle, so we were probably a good 4 inches or so in there before it caused a problem in this loose ground. Let's go find some turf with some good sod on it that'll be a little tougher. You want to just go right there? Let's just move up 50 feet. So I think you're gonna see that this is gonna make a lot of difference. This is unbroken ground. It's got full sod on it. I don't think it's gonna go through near as easy. Now, the grippers that we put on here do 2 things. They help you pick up a log or something, but they're also gonna help cut through these roots and any vines or anything that are under the ground. But I don't think it's gonna go through the ground near as good as it did where we had it loose. Doing pretty good. You're all the way in. All right, let me clean them off, Peanut. Back up just a little bit. Let me dump this off. Well, you dumped it. Come on back over it. Try it, now go again. If you notice how easy all that junk dumped off there, it's because these are not directional notches like we put on our Wicked grapple to hold stuff in. They're just bead notches. This little tractor still pushes it through there a lot better than I thought it would. Okay, start over. I can't see how deep we are, Peanut. I think all those laser cut notches are helping it go through there a lot. We do have ballasted tires, but we just have a lightweight root rake on the back, so we don't have something to add a whole lot of weight for traction, and it's still doing really good. Okay. So this has been gone through once. We're just going to go through it again. Don't know if we're really in the same grooves or not. Looks like we're right in the middle of not. But I'm really surprised at how easy this Kubota's pushing it through the ground. So these aren't just overgrown lawnmowers, they will do work. All right. Now one more time. Same place. Yeah, that's a little deep. He's got it all the way up to the main tube. And you can hear the little Kubota. That is 26 horsepower, but it's still making it grunt a little bit. So we've made this really easy to adjust. All right. I wasn't sure. I was going easy instead of hard. So I brought 1.25 inches to the top. It was just 1/4. Then we changed it to half. And now we're going to bring 1.25 inches to the top. Well, that's easy to adjust compared to those others. We have no idea what Peanut's headed into. We're gonna see though. For all I know, it's a stump. All right, now grapple it, Peanut. He didn't hear me. Well, I guess it was just a pile of dirt, but. Close up on it, yeah. Back up. It's pretty hard to pull a tree out when it's got its roots under a bigger tree, just saying. That's probably about all it's going to do to it. You're not all the way under it. Yeah, right here. Get under it on this side. Down. Now. Now just back up. There we go. All right, so we got no damage to the grapple. We're going to move a couple things out of the way here. Good job. I knew those grippers would eventually cut through that. This is where the tail wheels really come in handy to keep it from digging in and leveling it out. Not recommended to back up either with that type of time. Looks good. Well, we had a big pile of dirt we couldn't mow over. Now it's good to go. Okay, so we're back after Peanut did this, and just so you know, what we do first is on our prototypes, because we go through 2 or 3 to get them really the way we want everything, and this still has some final tweaks that we know we want to make on it. Instead of burning AR 400 steel, which we have here, this is actually out of A572, just so we're not wasting steel that's 3 times as expensive. So we were really surprised that it was able to push past about this distance here. We were really surprised when it pushed to this distance here. So we were going to do about 3 things. One of them was going to be just to burn a hole, stick a pipe through it, and weld it like they do on the Land Pride, on the bigger one that they've got. Don't really want to have a permanent set through. Don't really want to cut through 400 steel and waste any of that strength. Don't really want to put a pipe through here and take out a lot of that. So we thought we would just weld in some solid braces here to make it easy, but it seems like in the right conditions you might want to go deeper. So we've already got in here burned out and made. The reason we found out that you can't bend this 400 but so much without breaking it is because we put the holes in here to be able to bolt in these sections that we'll show you that's inside the factory. So we've gone from about 5 different options now, and after seeing it used, instead of welding a flat plate in here, we're just going to leave you the bolt-in option. You can bolt all these in. It's going to make it super strong. It'll keep you from going too deep if you're in more difficult ground or have a lot of rocks, or if you're in something like this and you want to go deep, you can take them out. Because if this metal will stand up, that 400 is 4 times the hardness of this. We shouldn't have any problem there. I don't know why I've seen so many pictures of the Land Prides with them bent. Really even more than I think 400 will bend without breaking. So we're gonna put the holes in here. We're gonna put the optional braces in here where you can do what you want to with it, and that's what we'll do on our other grapple too. We're really impressed with this little grapple. Hope y'all like this short video. We think this probably is worth putting up. Give Travis or Rick or Jeremy a call at work. Give us a call or an email. We'll be happy to get you the right product for your tractor.